Wheat School on RealAgriculture.com is brought to you by Syngenta Canada, Alberta Wheat Commission, and C&M Seeds.
So the topic of conversation today is residue management at harvest time with the combine. We're here in Canada doing a drill clinic, and I've been telling the group this morning, you know, you can buy the best piece of seeding equipment on the market, but it's only going to be as good as the residue management in a no-till system. It's only going to be as good as the residue management system on the back of a combine. So today we're actually looking at the combine and the residue management system within a John Deere S670 combine. So this one is set up with 39 stationary knives with a standard tailboard that we'll show in just a moment. And what I've been telling the growers today is the importance of sharp blades. Number one, we've been looking at the condition of the stationary knives in different combines, and the stationary knives in some of the other combines are worn more on one side than they are on the other. Some of them are worn in the center and not on the outsides, and that would show us that that particular combine, at least within the conditions it's been operating in, the combine isn't discharging material evenly into the straw chopper, and that's pretty important for most brands of combine. For example, on this combine, it has adjustable discharge vanes behind the discharge beater, which are designed to adjust material one way or the other depending on volume of material and crop moisture. You have some adjustments, so let's look at those adjustments. So on a John Deere S670, we have the adjustable discharge vanes up here. Within the side panel there is a hole. You basically go in there with a socket and an extension. You rotate that turnbuckle, which is attached to a linkage, and on the inside of the combine you have 3 discharge vanes behind the discharge beater, and they basically help you direct residue to one side, the middle, or the other side based on crop moisture. In most conditions, a combine like this one, when standing behind, in dry wheat for example, tends to discharge more material to the left-hand side. In higher moisture crops, it tends to discharge more material to the right-hand side. So the way that you compensate for that material to make sure it enters the chopper evenly is by adjusting the discharge vanes you see up here. Alright, so we obviously showed the stationary knives in the retracted position. Obviously the finer you want to chop residue, the more you engage the knives. Obviously it's important to have sharp knives, but obviously the further you engage the knives, the finer it chops. In addition to that, this combine has the paddles at both ends. The 70 series John Deere chopper and the S series obviously have the paddles. They do give you a certain amount of wind movement to both ends of the chopper, which does help distribute material out to the sides. Probably the last thing to discuss is the adjustable deflector fins under the tailboard. We've obviously brought the chopper back, raised the tailboard for inspection purposes inside. As you want to extend the spread pattern outwards to a degree, you can raise the tailboard, but also what you'll do is extend or adjust the tailboard fins outwards also. The little whiskers on the end, at least I call them whiskers, they help randomize the material too. So just to conclude, pretty good design of chopper, reasonably good design tailboard. This kind of chopper tailboard combination, in my opinion, is good for 30 to 35 feet spread width in most conditions. So when a grower puts a 40-foot head on the front of this combine, similar to what we see in here, I think he's going to have 5, 7, 8 feet of soil without much residue on it. So there's obviously better options for residue distribution. You've got the power cast, better still the advanced power cast that's currently available for small grain areas.